Welcome back everyone to another Ready in Minutes kettlebell circuit. This time around we've got a single arm kettlebell complex that's gonna hit all the big notes. So we've got lifts, we've got ballistics, we've got conditioning, and we've got stability. We're calling this half loaded high output because as far as kettlebell work goes, while you will be loaded on one side with one bell, the output will be pretty high and this will be challenging, especially if you do it as a complex. So just know that if you're doing it that way, this sits comfortably in between intermediate and advanced. So I'd say scale accordingly, use a bell that feels right to you, and take breaks if you need it, if this feels very hard. All right, let's dive into it. All right, so as usual, there are 5 parts to our circuit or complex. So let's start breaking down what we're doing in each one of these 5 steps. All right, so right out of the gate, you're going to be alternating between a swing, a clean, and a push press. So these are all ballistics, and you're going to have a wide arc, a shorter arc, and then a ballistic straight overhead. So even though these are all ballistics, you're modulating your output and your technique on the fly. So to show you in real time, I'm gonna set up for my swing, which has the biggest arc. My clean has a much shorter arc, and then I'm gonna use the power from my hips to send the bell overhead before bringing it back to the rack and repeating for a big arc, smaller arc, and straight overhead. Once you bring it back into the rack from your last push press, you're gonna do a clean and reverse lunge. But you're not doing one and then the other, you're doing 2 at the same time. So you have to dynamically stabilize as you land in your clean. Let me show you what I mean. I'm gonna clean between my legs, take a step back, and then catch it here. Now, if you'll look, my knee's not touching the ground. I didn't crash into the floor. This is the best way to work on your stability here. You catch the bell and you hover just above the ground, come back up, and repeat, stopping just above the ground. Now, after you come back up from your last lunge, you're still gonna be in the rack. So at this point, we're gonna do one of our 2 lifts, which is an overhead press. Send the bell straight up overhead to lockout, and then bring it back to the rack. Do not allow this to happen as you press. It's not good for form, and it's really not good for your shoulder. Try to press in a straight line up and down. All right, so now for the 4th part in our sequence, and for the last time that we're working in the rack position today, we're gonna do a snatch into a gunslinger swing. So for the snatch, we're gonna try to tame the arc as much as possible, not arcing it out like this, but instead trying to shoot it up in a straight line. After this, we're going to snatch down and do a gunslinger swing, keeping the bell very close to us and keeping our elbow attached to our side. Just like this. This is how you wanna perform your gunslinger swing. So in real time, as you alternate between the 2, you'll have a snatch, gunslinger swing, snatch, gunslinger swing, and so on and so forth. All right, now we're finally gonna get some relief from the rack. We're going to do a kickstand row. So we're gonna take a step back, point our toe into the ground, clean straight down to the ground. You can let it hover above the ground or you can land it, and then pull to your side pocket for all 6 reps. And that is your sequence for the day. So now let's go through it 2 times to each side together. All right, round 1, we're off on our first side. We have a swing, a clean, and a push press. Clean and push press. Bring it back to the rack. Four, and five. Lean into the rack, take a step back, kickstand clean straight down to the ground, and row for 1, 2, 3, and 6. All right, shake it off, take a break if you need to, and we're off to the other side. All right, we're off to our second side for 5 reps of each for a swing, a clean, and a push press. Three and 3. And 5 and 5. Back to the rack, clean to a reverse lunge. All right, to our overhead press. 3, 4, and 5. To our snatch, to our gunslinger swing. 2, 3, 4, 5. Back to the rack, kickstand position, clean straight down, and row 1, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All right, that's halfway through. Take a break, and we're back to our first side. All right, we're back to our first side, swing, clean, push press. Three. And 5. All right, clean to reverse lunge. And 5. All right, snatch to gunslinger swing. 4, 5. Back to the rack, kickstand straight down, and 1, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, shake it off. One last side to do. All right, one last side. Let's finish strong. Swing, clean, push press. And 2, 2, back to the rack, clean and reverse lunge. To our overhead press for 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 5. Back to the rack, snatch to gunslinger swing. 2, 2, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5. To the rack, kickstand, clean straight down, and row. 4, 5, and 6. Down to the ground, and you're done. All right, guys, so high output indeed. There's a lot here that's gonna test your skills on the fly, so take your time with piecing it together. You'll still get a great workout in if you break up all 5 parts of the sequence and then put them together later on. You know, sometimes it's as simple as piecing things together up here before you put it all together and work with it. So I had fun coming up with this one. I hope you guys have fun doing it. Let me know if you do or don't, and I'll see you guys real soon on the next one. Stay strong. All right, we're off to our second side for 5 reps of swing,